mom's calling me. Just kidding.
Moms. Gross, am I right?
Welcome to the Nerd Central, your one-stop shop for all things nerd. And welcome to our new and improved host, Tyrell 2.0.
That's right. After Porter viciously attacked me and left me to rot and then replaced me with Jonas, it got me really thinking about my actions and my position and our hierarchy. And now I'm continuing to grow to become a better person for you, my producer.
All right, buddy. Are you ready to do the news?
Boy, am I ever, Porter. I could not possibly think of anything else but to continue following commands from my lovely producer and being on my best behavior.
Just get that stupid smile off your face and stop trying to make it look like you're held hostage here.
Absolutely, Porter. I would never want anybody to think or believe such a crazy fantasy like that.
All right, just stop talking like that and do the news.
Okay.
Stop.
Yeah. Okay. Stop. Okay. Well, to the news then. November 3rd marked the 68th anniversary of our favorite king of monsters, Godzilla. Toho decided to celebrate this by announcing several new projects for the kaiju, including a new TV show on Apple TV, a potential hint towards an inclusion in the hit platform fighter multiverses, and the announcement of a new Godzilla movie coming out a year from now on November 3rd, 2023. No specific details have been released about whether this movie will take place in the same universe as the previous Godzilla movies, including Godzilla vs. Kong. But it's still a good thing to appreciate how long this Japanese franchise has continued to move forward. In our continuing story of the rapid changes happening at Warner Bros. Discovery, they have recently come out and have politely hinted towards a strong interest in making more films in the Harry Potter franchise. The company has already discussed wanting to focus on existing IPs, and have already asked original writer J.K. Rowling for potential new content to make into films. Now, Rowling's relationship with the series and the movies at this point has been very rocky. But what's important to note is that every single move Warner Bros. Has made up until this point has been successful. So to know what will happen in the future, we don't really know. Regardless, we're excited to see. That's all my incredible producer has given me for today. But up next, we have Fortune Teller Tech Films of Euler, and So You Want to Be a DM with Jonas. Have a look.
Hello guys, and welcome to another Fortune Teller Tech Films episode. Today I'm going to be talking about 3 technologies inspired by science fiction that became reality. And first we have the cell phone. Martin Cooper, the inventor of the first mobile phone, got his inspiration from an episode of Star Trek, the original series, where Captain Kirk uses his communicator to call for help. In Star Trek, the original series, the crew members all carried handheld devices that looked remarkably like flip phones, that allowed them to communicate while on the ship and even from planet to planet. When the show came out, all phones were wired to the wall, and the idea of a handheld device capable of communication across town seemed like a fantasy. But in 1983, less than 20 years after Star Trek aired, the cell phone was a reality. And second, we have the smartwatch. We can spot one of the first appearances of a smartwatch on the 1930s comic strip Dick Tracy. The wrist radio, as it was called, obviously looks like a watch, and made possible for the character to talk to other people while providing him information on the fly. Since then, smartwatches have appeared on the wrists of many futuristic heroes, including James Bond and Men in Black's Agent K. Today, smartwatches are almost as common as smartphones, and are not only capable of calling people, but also many other features such as heart monitoring and blood oxygen measurements. And third, we have the Bluetooth. One of the first visions of wireless communicators, small enough to be worn by the users, came from the original Star Trek series. The communications officer wore a device in her ear that allowed her to monitor communications through space. In Star Trek: The Next Generation, all of the officers wore a device called a communicator on their uniforms. These devices allowed crew members to communicate with each other, even from great distances. Today, we are all familiar with Bluetooth devices, which allow for the hands-free operations of our cell phones. We wear Bluetooth devices in our ears, which is remarkably similar to the ones the characters wore. Thank you for watching another episode of Fortune Teller Tech Films, and I'll see you guys next week.
Welcome back to So You Want to Be a DM. As always, I'm your host, Jonas Pelot, and today we're going to be diving into world building. World building is one of the greatest things about becoming a dungeon master, but it can be a very tedious task that takes a very, very long time. But don't worry, you're not on a schedule, and you're building the world at your own pace. Now, the best place to start is not this whole world, but start small, with just a little town that your campaign's going to start in. The first thing that's most important is the name of your town. It's always great to base it off the inhabitants or maybe its surroundings or what it produces. Maybe the town's called Bright Rock for the pure white marble it produces, or maybe it's called Xanthar's Hold, known for being the last holdout of a very long forgotten king. These small, minute things can be the glue that starts the process of building your whole campaign. It can provide easy dialogue for the NPCs of your town to talk about to your players. Now from here is where you start building up. Where does this town reside? Is it the capital of a province or even the whole country? Or maybe it's just a small little village that resides out in the countryside. Once you have the idea of the country that this village is going to be in, this is where it starts to get more complex and detailed. From here, it's really best to start writing your thoughts down and starting to organize in different ways, whichever way you're most comfortable with. Maybe there's a king, a queen, or maybe a prince or an emperor that's in charge, or maybe even a regency for a young monarch. Or maybe it's not a kingdom at all. Maybe it's a republic and it's run by a senate or an oligarchy. These different government types aren't just for show. These can change the dynamic of your campaign. Maybe the king is assassinated, which starts the quest line, or maybe the Senate building is attacked, or maybe the Senate's gone missing. Who knows? After you really begin fleshing out the country that your campaign takes place in, you can start adding in other places as well with the same process, or maybe your campaign only really takes place in the one country. It's all up to you. Next for your world is religion. Who are the gods or god of this world? Is there one supreme god that's worshipped? Or maybe it's a pantheon of gods? Or maybe there's an evil cult that runs the country? Or maybe they're just pagans that worship the spirits of the trees and the land over the gods. There are plenty of choices to choose from, and you aren't forced into a corner from having to pick just one. You can pick multiple if you choose. And religion can play a massive role in your campaigns by influencing those little NPC conversations your players have. Maybe an NPC is going to like a player less, or a trader is going to charge a player more if they don't follow the same god or gods. That's all I really have time for today, but there's so much more out there for world building, and if you ever feel rushed, don't worry, just take a breather and build that world one brick at a time until you finally come out with a product that you're proud of. Maybe it even takes you years, but in the end, you're going to have a massive, fleshed out world that you are going to be able to share with your players. As always, I'm your host and Dungeon Master, Jonas Pelot, and thank you for tuning in to So You Want to Be a Dungeon Master.
Thanks for being with us so far. We'll get right back to the packs after this break. Wait, what are breaks? I can give those out? Well, I'm giving myself one, man. Okay, I'll take that. Looks like I'll be staying here instead.
Northwest Tower Yearbook has dedicated over a century to documenting life on campus and in the Maryville community. The award-winning organization has numerous Pacemaker Awards and a spot in the Associated Collegiate Press Hall of Fame. Learn more about Tower at the handles below.
We are Channel 8 News.
We strive to keep you informed on everything in our community on campus, as well as in our Maryville community. From the news
to sports
to student life.
Katie Bird, Alexis Cooner, and Skylar Stamps with sports. For the stories that matter to you, catch new episodes of Channel 8 News at KNWT TV.
What's up, everybody? This is Steve-O. What's up, everybody? This is Steve-O. You're watching KNWT, practically the national champs of college TV. Yeah.
Coming up, we have Caleb with the Nerd Review. Okay, who even are these people? I don't remember.
It's me.
Dude, who are you?
I'm Caleb, you know, the deadpan reviewer.
Well, I'm known for knowing a lot of people. It's like that's like my thing, and I literally don't know who you are.
Name 3 people then.
I could. There's me. There's my producer Porter, of course. Love him. Oh no.
It's fine.
Oh no.
Don't worry, I have an idea.
What?
Hello and welcome to the Nerd Review, the show where I review anything and everything that is pop culture. My name is not that important, but this is what I look like. This, but a beanie and mid-length long hair and a tendency to do nothing but spend all day in bed and watch TikTok. Just wondering why. This week my producer gave me a simple challenge of coming up with a topic all on my own, so I chose food. Food is the one thing that can bring everyone together. Socially, it's the one thing that everyone can communicate with. It's the one material item that can bring people talking and bring interactions with. Food is one of the biggest symbols for symbolic interactionism, a theory developed by George Herbert Mead, which states that most interactions that all people use is symbolic. Thanks, Dr. Greenridge, for teaching me that. So I talk about food and what does it have to do with pop culture? But there are a lot of pop culture foods out there, like the Rick and Morty Szechuan sauce, Reba Fritos, and the giant Toblerone from Friends.
I've come to talk to Ross.
So here are some of the foods that I begged my mom to buy just because I am her only son. And thank you, Mom, for buying some of the food. Hope to call you soon. Same with you, Dad. Love ya. So here are some of the foods that I have. First, we have some Hello Kitty snacks, just marshmallows and rice crackers. The aforementioned Toblerone. Nerdy candies such as a Rubik's Cube, Dungeons & Dragons, Jaws 10, The Office mints, literally mints, and I don't like The Office. Dragon Ball Senzu beads, honestly not that bad. With all this food that I have, I decided to share it because I want an outside viewpoint on this, so I brought the food to Nerd Central. Overall, they seem to enjoy it.
Hey, astounding, incredible, amazing producer Porter. You know, I'm just having a little trouble reading what's on this piece of paper, you see. See, I can't really read anything that isn't like a prompter away from me, and eye length, you know what I'm saying, right? You understand? Can you like help me read this out a little bit? Just appreciate that.
Yeah, you've been doing such a good job recently, so, you know, I might as well help you a bit.
I have, that is true.
Yeah, of course.
That is very true.
Yeah.
That is very true.
That's all it for PAX, so now we have the Cartoon Network Boot Camp. I wonder why I didn't hit him in the head too much. Hey, it's my brainwash host!
KNWT for Hire is all about sharing a story, a message, and connecting the community. We cover a multitude of events, both within the university and Maryville. We roll in, we set up, and we capture. We're here to offer an experience, not only for those present, but for all.
Oh, I'm Garrett Bevins, the host of Gen 2, your favorite show for all things gaming and rarely tech related. You should come check us out. We have a new episode every Tuesday at 2 p.m. for you, so I'll see you there.
Welcome one and all to another game of the Cartoon Network Boot Camp. Last week, Tyrell and Jonas showed off their artistic skills in the Amazing World of Gumball event, which Jonas painted himself the victor. With that recap out of the way, let's learn what this week's game is all about. Teen Titans is a beloved cartoon that came out all the way back in 2003. Following the teenage superheroes, Robin, Starfire, Raven, Cyborg, and Beast Boy, this show became a smash hit with fans and brought the Teen Titans into the mainstream stardom. Their fearless leader, Robin, is a master martial artist, being trained by none other than Batman, of course. While the Robin we see, Dick Grayson, uses an iconic staff, he is not the only Robin, and there's been many, including Damian Wayne, Batman's own son, and his weapon of choice is a sword. The actions of the Teen Titans and Damon's swords is the inspiration for this week's game, as I'll have contestants participate in classic kendo matches to determine who's the better Titan. But first, let's meet them.
I am feeling very confident, actually. Yeah, pretty confident. Confident, yes.
I'm feeling pretty good. I feel like I can do this. I did this a lot with my dad with like toy lightsabers when I was 6 or 7 or so. So I feel like I've been, preparing for this moment my whole life. And if I lose, honestly, I'm gonna be pretty upset. I'm gonna be pretty upset if I lose.
This is my first time, but I know a little bit of karate, so I know how that, the moves. Maybe that'll help me. We'll see.
Like I said, I've done this with my dad, not with a sword, with a lightsaber. So, some techniques are different. With a lightsaber, it's a lot lighter because it's a lightsaber. And, there's some technique that I haven't, really touched on before with swords, but I still think that I can pull this off.
This first round will be no restrictions. All right? Ready? Set. Go. First to 3 points, folks. Ooh. Any contact is a point. Oh, lashes. Ooh. Oh, oh. Oh. So very defensive. Oh, oh, oh! 1 point. 1 point. Oh boy.
Okay.
Be careful.
I'm using quarter as cover.
You can't do that.
Okay.
That's cheating.
Yeah, that's the point. I don't want to get struck. It's scary.
What if he just turned it against Porter?
Oh, I know karate. Oh.
I just left myself.
Oh!
Oh no!
Or nor,
mate. Oh, oh. Oh, this could be a clean sweep for Euler. What do you do, Elijah? Being defensive hasn't worked. Being defensive hasn't worked. Oh! Skirmish. What do we got? What do we got? Oh! Oh! Oh!
そうだ。僕がキラだ。ならばどうする？何？
Oh, wrong!
Like, your back is like facing me.
Finally, yeah, someone did it. Do it. End him. That'd be a great. This next round, you guys will only be able to use your less dominant hand. The other one must be behind your back at all times. All right. Ready? Set. Go.
Good thing I'm ambidextrous.
No, wait.
Oh boy, that could be. Oh. Elijah's immediately doing better. Oh.
That was contact for both of us, I think.
Oh,
No,
really?
He got my thighs.
1 and 1 then. Oh boy. All right. Hey, you guys are still going.
Oh, it's still going?
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. Yeah, no, it's not like it's
one
not a
contact
reset.
each,
Yeah,
remember?
yeah.
Or 3 contacts before the round's over.
Okay.
I didn't. That was a hard. Whoa!
Okay, that's my second one, I think.
Yeah, that was your second one.
Right?
But that's his. Oh, very defensive. Oh boy.
Whoa. We're gonna get Porter.
Fuck. Oh boy. Oh!
Let's go! Wow!
Elijah wins. Wow. Your last game for the tiebreaker is a blindfold, one eye. Are you two guys ready?
Uh-huh.
All right.
Yes.
Ready. Get set. Go. How does it lack the depth perception?
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah. Swing. Whoa. Oh.
That was 2 in a row. That's crazy.
Dang. I'll count that as 1 because that wouldn't be fair. But, all right. Oh. Oh, boy. Oh, what is he doing? Crouching tiger, hidden dragon. Oh.
No, that was 3.
I was what?
I hit 1 and then third. Right? Yeah, you're dead.
Yeah.
But I have mercy.
I'm so
No, do it.
normal.
Finish him.
Euler wins. Fatality.
I like I said, I was pretty confident. I did my best, and I mean, I'm just really good. What can I say?
I will have my revenge, Euler. You listen to me. I will strike you down. This is the end for you.
Well, folks, that's all we have for this week's episode of Nerd Central. If you liked what you saw, why not subscribe? And until then, folks, stay cool.
I can't see because my hair is covering my other eye, too.
Good, then you won't be able to see this.
Oh, that was good. The spin effect is so funny.
Why would we ever need to use that?